overview of CodeSprout.ai. So you sign in, you get instant access to a free 3-day trial, no credit card required. The first page you're going to be presented with is the dashboard. In the dashboard, you can start a new lesson. So here are the technologies that you can select from. Notice that there are version numbers next to the topic, and that is because with every technology, the actual technical documentation has been scraped from the official website and stored in a vector database. So when lessons are created or you're using any of the AI functionality, you are chatting with the actual documentation of that technology. Now let's go ahead and jump into an already created lesson. Let's jump into JavaScript. From here, you'll be presented with an overview. The idea is that this first level of this tree structure gives you really the 20% of the technology that's going to give you 80% of the results. And then you can go as deep as you'd like into any particular subject. You can spawn child nodes off of any particular node. Like here, we'll select a couple, and you'll see that we're able to dive deeper into DOM and manipulation and events. So let's go ahead and jump into a created lesson, functions, and scope. So you can see each learning module is broken down into 4 sections. The first section is the read section. So here you'll be presented with a essentially a lesson. They can be fairly long or short depending on what the subject is, and you are assisted in your reading by an AI chatbot. So I can highlight text. You'll see I get this tooltip, and this is going to allow me to, it's going to give me a more frictionless way of chatting with the chatbot without having to explicitly type what the context of your question is. So from here, I have a couple of preset prompts. We have explain like I'm 5, define, example, analogy, mnemonic, visualize, and we'll go into the flashcards in a moment. But I can select something like explain like I'm 5, and so it's going to use the highlighted context and give me an explanation. I am eventually going to add custom prompts, so you can add your own custom prompts to this set of preset prompts. So from here, you would go through the lesson, and then you can reinforce your learning with a quiz if you'd like. Let's go ahead and start a quiz. It'll just take a second. I'm not going to go through the entire quiz, but you get the idea. You'll be presented with a question on the left-hand side, and you can kind of go back and forth and get hints, or even if you get the question correct or incorrect, you can ask follow-up questions with the AI to kind of make sure you understand why you got it correct or why you didn't get it correct. Now, we'll go ahead and go to the flashcard section. Now, I'm going to show you how you would create a flashcard from the read section. So we actually have also an actions subsection of our tooltip. So I can go here and then create a flashcard from the highlighted text. And it's going to give me a recommended one. I can refresh this if I don't like the suggested flashcard. Or, so I'll go ahead and save that. But if I go to flashcards, you'll see I have a deck already created. And I can just come in here and then create my own custom flashcards. It'll give me some recommendations for flashcards based on the section that we're in. So let's go ahead and come out of here. And then the flashcard, it's exactly what you would expect. It's going to quiz you if you got it correct or incorrect. And you can also chat. You can also, similarly to the read section, you can highlight content and kind of go back and forth with the chatbot if you'd like. So the practice, this is a really interesting concept, connects with real IDEs like Cursor or VS Code via MCP to do some of these practice exercises. So you'll see we have some exercises to do for this particular section. And there's different types. There's challenge, which are kind of LeetCode type questions. There's mini projects, there's fix the bug, there's refactor, or you can add a feature. They're just little exercises to kind of reinforce what you've learned in the previous sections. So the way this works is you need to first set up the MCP, which with cursor anyways, it's really, really easy. All you have to do is click this button here with cursor installed and then press install one more time and you're going to be set up, ready to go. But once you have that all set up, basically what you do is I would start up a project and I would press copy MCP prompt. Then I would go to my coding IDE. Let's go ahead and paste that in there. And this will take a moment, but you'll see that it's actually calling or making a request to the MCP server on CodeSprout.ai, and it's going to set up the, challenge or project or whatever the practice problem is. Now, this will take a moment, but once this is all set up, I'm going to be able to do the problem on my actual IDE, and then I can tell the chat that I want to submit the problem. And it will essentially do a code review of what you've done, and then it'll submit that. It will, if it's correct, then it will come over here and then it'll mark it as completed. And it'll give you some feedback as well for the answer that you submitted.